Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for mid-September 2024. I guess this camera isn't on, so let's get that kicking on here real quick. All right, Pisces, you start with this Nile River card, says flow of abundance. You also have this joy and pleasure card, so, could be a very good time for increasing your abundance and probably creating a better flow. We have two kind of water cards here. The Temperance card isn't necessarily a water card, but the Temperance Angel is standing in the water, and the King of Cups is all about flow and, kind of creating a better flow in your life with your emotions. So I feel for a lot of you, especially after the eclipse, which will be on Tuesday the 17th, it is going to be a really good time for you to keep an eye on your emotions and to make sure that you are, controlling your emotions, right? And being very positive. And so don't dip into the negative. And I think that if you do that, then you'll have a great time. You have the Queen of Swords, the Temperance card, and the King of Cups in your first row. And the Queen of Swords would represent some sort of clarity or gaining clarity in your life. It could represent new clarity on a situation, especially with that Nine of Wands. It is interesting. You have like Nine of Wands, Devil, Seven of Wands. So you have two cards of boundaries showing up with like the devil sandwiched, a devil sandwich in between. And so I'm wondering if you are like clear or, this eclipse even though this is a mid-monthly reading, I feel like for whatever reason, I feel like this is talking about something with the eclipse. And I feel like it's saying this eclipse could be pointing out certain boundaries that you need to set, or it could be pointing out certain things in your life that are stealing your energy, especially with that King of Cups, because the King of Cups has a lot to do with your emotions. And then we go this. We go from the King of Cups, which, could be you, to the Six of Wands to the Devil. It's like success and then the Devil. And so I'm wondering if like something that has been blocking your success is being revealed to you at this time, which is a good thing, because if there's something that has been blocking your success, when you become aware of it, then you can change it. And that's kind of what I feel like this is saying. You have the Temperance card. I feel like you've been very patient. I feel like you've been waiting for changes. I feel like you've been correcting your energy as well. He is trying to turn water into wine. This is a card of alchemy, and he's trying to turn his situation around. And I do feel for a very long time, Pisces, that you have been trying to just improve your situation in general. And, I kind of just feel like this is the process that you've been going through with the Temperance card. Again, we start with those two very good cards, joy and pleasure and flow of abundance. And on the Temperance card, we have this path here. This is the path to glory, and he can easily get off on that path and get out of the water, and he can just start working his way towards that crown. And so a lot of you might be realizing that nothing is holding you back and that you can accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. Of course, you have the King of Cups here. Again, I kind of just feel like the King of Cups is you showing up in this reading. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. I'm still not sure how I feel about this Devil just yet. It's like you don't have terrible cards here. You do have the Five of Swords, but it's like you don't really have any other bad cards. Again, the way that I read is I take every single card into account in the reading. And again, there's just nothing all that bad around the Devil. You do have two cards of boundaries, but it would say you're setting boundaries. So that is not a bad thing, right? That is obviously a good thing. So I almost feel like that Devil is a person, so we're going to look into it. You can't make this up. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Lovers. This could be like a Capricorn or someone with Capricorn in their chart coming in for you. It could also be a water sign. Taurus shows up here. Sagittarius shows up here. Could be any sign, whatever. Could be a Gemini as well. But I do feel this could be love. Like you could be looking at love here, and it could be a Capricorn with the Devil card. Like I said, I almost feel like it's just a person. I kind of feel like the Nine of Wands and Seven of Wands are saying that if you are, if you are inviting a new person into your life, that you are going to be setting boundaries up front. Which again, is that a bad thing? I would say no. With the Temperance card, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Temperance card sometimes I feel is basically saying that like what you're doing is working. He's trying to turn water into wine. Maybe it's working. But there could be something much better over here, or this could be the path that he really wants to be on, is that path to glory. And that's kind of what I get for you here with this Seven of Pentacles, is it's like whatever you're working on, you've been working on for a very long period of time, and it doesn't just have to be work or business. It could be anything that you're working on. And I feel like you're ready for better results, or it's like you're hoping to receive better results. And really, I just kind of feel like this is saying that there's a change that needs to be made so that you can get better results in whatever it is that you're doing. With the King of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, someone finds you attractive here, Pisces. Queen of Wands is the card of seduction. You have the Empress, which says you're very attractive at this time. So if you're looking for love, this could definitely be a good reading. Again, I'm not ready to say that just yet. We'll see what else comes up, but I kind of feel like you could be attracting someone into your life. I also feel that you could be, you could be attracting new people. You could be just attracting people in general. We go to the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, we have this person in the background who's meant to look jealous. And so this right here could be jealousy. And I kind of get the feeling, just like a little bit of a side message here. If you're finding success at this time, I would completely ignore jealous people. I wouldn't even, don't let someone bait you into something is kind of the message I'm getting there. So it's like if you're finding success, there might be a person who's trying to knock you off your square. And this is saying, ignore it. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this passion card and this synchronicity card. Yeah, I feel the more things you do that are attached to your true passions, the more synchronicities you will see. So the universe is clearly trying to guide you through synchronicities at this time. And I feel like, on days where you are more in alignment, you're going to have a lot of synchronicities. On days where you're not in alignment, you're not going to see any synchronicities, repeating numbers on the clock or, whatever synchronicity is for you. And I kind of feel like these two cards are saying, pay attention to those days where you have a lot of synchronicities, and what were you doing on those days? Do more of whatever that is, because it's leading you towards something, clearly, probably towards success. You have the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Empress. Again, the Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior. I feel pretty good about this because, again, I feel like you've learned what type of boundaries you need to put up in your life. I also feel that over the last few years, you've learned what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept in your life. And so I kind of just feel that the Nine of Wands is encouraging you to maintain your boundaries. And, that's really it. The other thing I would say is that you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is coming back from battle. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, and the Six of Wands can say that you're coming back from battle and you're being cheered on because of success. And so a lot of you, this could just say that you're getting out of the period of time where you are always having to battle for the things that you want and desire. And, in a lot of ways, I kind of feel this is saying you're putting down the burden of always having to fight for what you want, or feeling like you have to fight for what you want. So I feel pretty good about this Six of Wands. I mean, it is a good card, but I'm just saying I feel a little bit extra good about this because I get something. You start with that flow card. I feel like there's a good flow in this reading, so you're more stepping into the flow. You could just be bathing in the abundance at this time, or at least you should be. The Empress is all about self-care. Nurturing yourself. A lot of people in the just regular September monthly readings had stuff in their readings about really needing to, kind of nourish yourself and take care of yourself. And that's really what I get off of the Empress at this time, is that we're in a time where the more we take care of ourselves, the better energy we're going to receive. The more we nurture ourselves, the better things we're going to attract. And so that's what I would do here. I do feel like you are very attractive at this time, so you could be getting a lot of attention, or you could really be standing out as far as love is concerned. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Yes, can't make it up. Like I said, I definitely feel for some of you, there's a new person coming in here. I wouldn't be, make sure that you're not being too closed off, of course. And, the King and Queen of Cups are divine counterparts. So you could be attracting a divine counterpart. Like I said, it could be a water or an earth sign that's coming in for you, or it could be a person who has a lot of water or a lot of earth in their chart or something. But if you're looking for love, then I would say that the Nine of Wands is kind of saying, open up, you're ready. And you can't make this up. With the Six of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. So, definitely going in that direction. The Ace of Cups would be your emotions overflowing. Again, right after the eclipse is a really, even, I would say even during the eclipse is a really good time for you for love. So, if you want love, I would put yourself out there. There definitely could be a love offer coming in for you. We also have this flow of abundance card showing up. The Ace of Cups is the flow of abundance. The trick with the Ace of Cups is that we have to be in the flow. And if you haven't discovered your flow yet, I would figure out what it is. So your flow is anything that you can do all day long. And once you start working on your flow, then you attract more abundance because you're doing something that creates a flow of energy. And the Ace of Cups, it could be anything. It could be a hobby, something that you enjoy doing. Even if you just add just like a little bit extra every single day where you do the thing that you love, then then you're getting into the flow. And clearly with the Six of Wands, that's going to lead to success. Yes, with the Empress, someone finds you very attractive. I literally just said this with the Queen of Wands. So I feel the Page of Cups is like a person who finds you attractive. I would take the risk. I mean, it's interesting that we go up to the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands coming up in the good stuff, but the Five of Swords, it kind of is hitting me as like the fear of separation, or maybe you're afraid that everybody runs away from you or something like that. So again, if you are attracting something new, I feel like you have to change your mindset based off of past connections. And it is an eclipse. Eclipses last for a long time, like 6 months, and eclipses are karmic. So a lot of stuff can come up from the past, even though eclipses don't necessarily represent the past. So again, this is kind of popping into my head that if you have a negative love story, or if people have run away from you in the past, you could be saying, oh, is this person going to just run away like the last one? And I feel like the devil could also be saying, like, don't turn this into something, especially if you're attracting a new person, don't turn it into something toxic by, acting weird, right? Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this discus fish card. It says society, vibrancy, and co-parenting. You have this dragon. It says ancient wisdom, protector, and magic. So we have a lot of protection in the reading, just in general. And I feel for a lot of you that you could be attracting, a lot of protection, or you just are protecting yourself at this time. I also feel that the ancient wisdom part of this is kind of saying that you have like a skill that could lead to a lot of success. We not only do we see love here, but we see a great flow of abundance. So a lot of you could have a skill that you haven't been using for a long time. It could be, quote unquote, ancient wisdom, even though it's not really ancient, it's just from the past. And it might be a good time. Like, I get that feeling here that it could be a good time for you to look at some of the skills that you have and like how you can use them today. You have the Devil, the Five of Swords, and the Hangman. I still feel like this is a person. I don't think it's a bad person either. Again, the Devil could just be a Capricorn. It could be a Saturn dominant person as well. Like, it could be a person who has a lot of aspects to like Saturn in their chart or something like that. It could be you as well. Like, maybe you have a lot of aspects to Saturn in your chart. So definitely something to think about. But the devil can easily, these people can easily set themselves free. The whole point of the devil is that those chains like hang down to the, middle of their chest basically, and they could just take those chains off and they could set themselves free. And so I feel if there are any, and if there is anything toxic in your life, this could represent setting yourself free from those toxic things. I also get creativity here because we have the Empress. The devil, these people have animal horns on their heads, and it represents our baser instincts or like our root chakra energy. And sometimes I think we need to take our creative ideas, we need to bring them up to our head and express it into the world. So if you have any creative ideas, creative plans, goals, wishes, dreams, whatever, then it would be time for you to like take that risk. You have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords would say it's time to take a risk. So the Five of Swords can represent winning at all cost or separation. It can represent, walking away from something as well. But Five of Swords is my card of taking a risk as well. And so I feel there could be a risk that you need to take with like a creative project or something you're working on because it will probably be successful. I also feel that for some of you, if you were hurt in the past going this way, then I kind of feel a couple things here. Number one, I feel that you could heal from it because we go Empress, Five of Swords, Seven of Wands. And the Empress is all about nourishment and taking care of yourself. So it might be a good time to heal from a past person. You might also this way want to put up boundaries against a past person. Like if you haven't blocked a past person or whatever, this could be a past person who's trying to rush back into your life. It could be because they see you with a new person. And again, I would obviously protect it. You show up here as the Hangman. I really do feel like you know everything. You're a Pisces. You know everything. And so the Hangman has put himself in Hangman mode, and he's not really moving forwards or backwards. And I feel for a lot of you that this is about kind of like I do feel like there's something you need to move forward on. I'll bare my soul to you here, Pisces. The other night I was like laying in bed. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't done anything with my life. I I was having an existential crisis, I think is what they call it, because I was like tossing and turning. I was like, oh my God, I haven't done anything in my life, even though I've done a lot of stuff. But, again, still, I was like, oh my God, I'm 36 and I haven't done anything, right? And so some of you at the time of this eclipse, and even right now, even if you're watching this before the eclipse, it's like you could be thinking to yourself, like you're out of time. You have the devil, which is Saturn. And with Saturn, you could be, Saturn is time. So you could be thinking like, oh my God, I haven't done anything. Or, I haven't accomplished these things and I'm old now and, all this other stuff. And I kind of get that feeling. But I also feel that the Hangman is saying, well, do it now. Like get going, right? There's no reason to stay stuck on the tree there. You can easily set yourself free. With the Devil card, you have the Justice card. Yeah, balance. I kind of feel that you could be attracting a person who balances something out for you, or, just balances your love story out for you. Like if you have a love story where things are out of balance, or, if you've had a love story where you're always giving too much, I kind of feel like there is something coming in for you that is much more in balance. With the Five of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. This definitely comes up for you, especially at the time of the eclipse. So at the time of the eclipse, you could be feeling some certain restrictions. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things, and I would just open up to all the ways there are to do anything with the Eight of Swords. Because again, I do see a little bit of restriction, but not like in a bad way. I feel like it's trying to push you to do something else with your life, right? With the Hangman, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, again, is a wounded warrior. You have the Nine of Wands twice. If you don't know what to do with that Hangman, the Nine of Wands is a card of experimentation. The Nine of Wands basically says, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. So it's an amazing card for, trying multiple different ways to be successful. It's a great card for experimenting and, just trying new things as well. It's also interesting that we go Lovers, Ace of Cups to the Nine of Wands. Some of you might be a little resistant to a new love connection. I feel like that Knight of Swords is like a persistent person, though. So, I feel like this person's persistence will kind of win you over, if you're looking for love. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Turkey, which says give with grace and gratitude. You have this Eagle, which says spirit has your back. Originally, the turkey, the wild turkey, was going to be the America's bird, right? And America's bird turned out to be the eagle. So I think that's popping into my head as, being important for some reason. The turkey can also represent abundance. So there's clearly a lot of abundance coming in for you. The whole entire reading, there's so much protection in the reading that and you have this eagle spirit, which says spirit has your back. I really feel there's nothing to worry about, especially if you're starting something new, or if you're eclipsing something out of your life during the eclipse and, moving on to something new. I feel this is saying like you are protected. You will be perfectly fine. You have the Seven of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. The Seven of Wands, I feel like you're starting to believe in yourself, and I'm pretty sure that I said this in your September bonus reading as well. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is for you, it's for you. And so the Seven of Wands is really about kind of like really believing something deep down inside, or believing that you can accomplish something. And so I kind of feel that this is saying that you are beginning to believe in yourself, which is great. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So anything you can do to work together with other people would be a good time. Would be a good thing for you. I really feel this is saying you need to be the star as well, Pisces. Sometimes I feel like this guy, like he has done the quality work. Like these people have helped him, but he is the one that has kind of accomplished the goal, or he is the one who has followed these plans. And it's like he is the one that needs to be on a pedestal. He is the one that does need to get the credit. And you have the Six of Wands here as well. So there's something popping into my head about like you needing to make sure that you are the one that's getting the credit, especially if you can back it up with results, which he can't. And so like don't hide in the background, right? I feel like this is saying make sure you're putting your name on things. And that's kind of the message I get there. You have the Knight of Swords. I feel like something's rushing in, or a person is rushing in to your life. I feel like this person is very persistent. And again, I feel like something is making a person rush into your life as well. It's like, it almost gives me the vibes of like a person who has had their eye on you, and all of a sudden maybe they see you talking to someone else, and they're like, oh my God, I can't let that person steal this person from me. And so I don't know, something is making a person like rush into your life. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands. I kind of feel that you're expanding your horizons with the Knight of Wands. He's ready to go on an adventure, but with that Seven of Wands, it's like when you accomplish something that you believe you can accomplish, then you automatically start to believe in yourself more, like I was saying, and that kind of opens up the possibilities. And really, I don't get traditional Knight of Wands energy on this card. I get more that it's like you're expanding your possibilities, or something like that. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is wealth and abundance. We see a ton of abundance here, so you definitely are creating a lot of abundance. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. I feel like someone sees you as wish fulfillment, or someone sees you as their person. And, again, I feel this person will probably be wish fulfillment for you as well, Pisces. So if you want love, really good reading. Even if you don't want love, I feel like there is so much fulfillment here. You have, this flow of abundance card, the Ace of Cups. You have the Empress. Really good stuff. Looks really good. You have this extremism card. I would definitely be careful of a past person, though. Multiple people have had this, at this time. The bonus eclipse readings I did, the bonus September readings. There's a lot of stuff about exes coming back. So, and we kind of see that here a little bit. And so I would just be careful of, an ex returning to your life with a message or whatever. You have this friendship card. Yeah, friends are going to be very important. You have the Six of Wands. I do feel like I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I do feel with that Six of Wands that you have to be careful. You have to make sure that the people who are supporting you really support you and they're not jealous. Again, if you feel like a person's being jealous of you, I feel like they are. And again, it might be a good time to draw boundaries with that person. But again, I feel friends could be very supportive for you. You have this ostentation card. This is a card of being able to tell the difference between something that's real and something that's just an illusion. And so I feel like you've learned how to tell like what's real and what's not real, and obviously that is a good thing. Next, you have this adaptability card, Eight of Swords. The adaptability card says there's a million ways to do anything that you want to do. You just have to adapt to the situation. I do feel this eclipse is all about you adapting to new situations. It's happening in your sign. So there's probably some sort of new situation that's coming into your life, and you're going to have to adapt to it, and that's it. And finally, you have this appreciation card. I love this card. Tons of abundance coming in for you. I feel that definitely a lot of you are increasing your abundance at this time, and I would just keep focusing on that. This is a card of gratitude as well, like showing gratitude towards the abundance that you're attracting. So make sure that you are, kind of expressing gratitude towards the wins or the victories that you're having right now. But this is a really good reading, Pisces. I do feel there is love here, but I do feel it's like a little bit more all about you and you beginning to believe in yourself more with that Seven of Wands. So really nice. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.